Stan Lee's life. Some days feel heavier than they should. Nothing terrible has happened. No dramatic event. No visible crisis. Yet your chest feels tight and your thoughts feel slow. You wake up already tired, as if you fought a battle in your sleep. Stay till the end. This might change how you see your own journey. You try to explain it to yourself. You look around and count the things that are technically fine in your life. You have responsibilities, maybe studies, maybe work, maybe supportive people around you. Yet the heaviness stays, quiet and persistent. It is confusing because there is no clear reason. If something specific had gone wrong, at least you could point to it. But this feels different. It feels like carrying an invisible weight that no one else can see. You go through your day performing normal tasks. You respond to messages, attend classes, complete assignments, show up to work. On the outside, you appear functional. On the inside, everything feels slightly harder than it should. Even small decisions feel draining. What to eat, what to wear, when to start studying. Things that used to feel automatic now require effort. That effort slowly turns into frustration with yourself. You might start questioning your own strength. You ask yourself why you can't just snap out of it. You tell yourself that others are handling more pressure and still smiling. The comparison adds another layer of heaviness. But here is something important to understand. Not all weight comes from visible problems. Sometimes it comes from accumulated emotions that were never fully processed. Over the years, you have carried expectations, disappointments, silent fears, and unspoken worries. You handled them one by one without fully pausing. You told yourself to stay strong and keep moving. Eventually, those unprocessed emotions start showing up as heaviness. They don't arrive as dramatic breakdowns. They arrive as quiet exhaustion and unexplained fatigue. Life also feels heavy when you are constantly thinking about the future. Questions about career, stability, relationships, and identity quietly sit in the background of your mind. Even when you are not actively worrying, those questions consume energy. Young adulthood often comes with invisible pressure. You are expected to build something meaningful while still figuring out who you are. You are supposed to make decisions that shape your future, even when you feel uncertain. That responsibility alone can feel overwhelming. You may not even realize how much pressure you are carrying daily. It becomes your normal, and you forget that it is heavy. Social media adds another subtle weight. Every scroll shows someone achieving, improving, traveling, or celebrating. Even if you know it's curated, it still influences your perception. You begin to feel like you should be doing more. You should be happier, more productive, more focused. The gap between where you are and where you think you should be creates tension. If this feels relatable, hit like or comment "I relate." Many people feel this quiet heaviness but struggle to explain it. You are not strange for experiencing it. Another reason life feels heavy without a clear reason is emotional numbness. When you've been pushing yourself for too long, your mind sometimes responds by dulling everything. It lowers both excitement and sadness. Numbness can feel like heaviness because nothing feels light anymore. Activities that once brought joy now feel neutral. Conversations feel slightly distant. You might miss the version of yourself that felt more alive. You wonder where that energy went. You start worrying that something inside you has changed permanently. But most of the time, this is not permanent. It is a signal that you need rest, reflection, or realignment. Your system is asking for care in a quiet way. Life also feels heavy when your actions are not aligned with your values. Maybe you are studying something you are not passionate about. Maybe you are working in a space that drains you emotionally. When there is a gap between who you are and what you are doing daily, tension builds slowly. You may ignore it at first. Over time, that tension turns into emotional weight. The heaviness is not random. It is often a sign that something inside you wants attention. Not dramatic change overnight, but honest reflection. When was the last time you asked yourself what you actually need? Not what is expected of you, not what looks impressive, but what feels supportive. Many people rarely ask themselves that question. You may realize that you have been living in survival mode, completing tasks, meeting deadlines, responding to demands. Survival mode keeps you moving, but it does not always keep you fulfilled. Constant busyness can mask emotional strain. When you finally slow down, the weight becomes noticeable. Silence amplifies what distraction was hiding. This is why evenings often feel heavier. When the noise fades, your thoughts grow louder. You replay conversations, question decisions, and imagine worst-case scenarios. The turning point begins when you stop blaming yourself for feeling heavy. Instead of thinking, "What is wrong with me?" you gently ask, "What might I be carrying?" That shift changes the tone of your inner dialogue. You begin to notice patterns. Certain environments leave you drained. Certain topics trigger anxiety. Certain expectations feel unrealistic. Awareness does not remove the weight immediately, but it makes it understandable. When something has a name, it feels less mysterious. Clarity reduces fear. You may discover that you are tired not just physically, but emotionally. You have been strong for too long. You have been understanding, patient, and responsible without giving yourself the same compassion. It is okay to admit that you are tired. It is okay to acknowledge that you need support. Strength is not pretending that everything feels light. Life becomes lighter when you allow yourself small adjustments. Maybe you reduce one unnecessary commitment. Maybe you create small pockets of rest in your day. Maybe you talk honestly with someone you trust instead of pretending everything is fine. Sharing your thoughts can release pressure you did not realize you were holding. It also helps to reconnect with simple grounding habits. Walking without your phone. Journaling your thoughts without judgment. Spending time in quiet reflection. These practices may seem small, but they create space inside your mind. Space allows emotions to settle instead of stacking endlessly. You do not need to solve your entire future to feel lighter. You only need to take the next gentle step. Focus on what is within reach today. When you stop demanding instant clarity, your mind relaxes slightly. The heaviness begins to soften, not because life changed dramatically, but because your approach did. Remember that being human includes seasons of unexplained heaviness. It does not mean you are broken. It does not mean you are weak. It means you are processing, growing, and carrying responsibilities that matter to you. Caring deeply about your life can sometimes feel heavy, but within that heaviness, there is also strength. You are still showing up. You are still trying. You are still searching for understanding instead of giving up. Over time, with patience and honesty, the weight becomes more manageable. It may not disappear overnight, but it becomes lighter. You begin to breathe more freely again. You start noticing small moments of relief. A genuine laugh. A peaceful evening. A productive hour that feels satisfying. These small lights remind you that heaviness is not your permanent state. It is a chapter, not the entire story. Your life feels heavy without a clear reason because you are carrying more than you acknowledge. But you are also stronger than you recognize. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on what you might be carrying silently. Write it down. Say it out loud. And if this video helped you feel understood, please like it. Subscribe to Grow with Grace for more calm, honest reflections about growth and emotional clarity. Comment below and share what has been feeling heavy for you lately.